Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about Jeffree Star and his recent interaction with James Charles. Honestly, there's a lot to unpack here, so I'm just going to try to get started as fast as possible. But before I do, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. Okay, now let's get into the tea. So, if you don't know what happened between Jeffree Star and James Charles and why it is such a big deal that Jeffree Star is now interacting with James Charles and why it's such a big deal that he tweeted what he tweeted to James Charles, let me just break it down for you, okay? So, last year, Tati Westbrook made a video called Bye Sister, which started Dramageddon #2, the biggest Dramageddon. Dramageddon #1 was insane for its time, but Dramageddon #2 was wild. I mean, it was literally on the news. Basically Tati was saying that James Charles was trying to get straight men, and then Jeffree Star went on there talking about he's a predator, but then Jeffree Star was exposed for being a predator, and then he made a video talking about I got tea, and I have receipts, but I'm not going to share them on the internet because I want to be the bigger person. But we're like, then why did you even say that you had tea and receipts? So yeah, Jeffree Star claimed a lot about James Charles and was very integral in ruining his life for a month. It was pretty bad for a while. And then everything kind of got better for James Charles. He got pretty much all of his subscribers back, which honestly, there's a lot to unpack with that and cancel culture and how some people are just flip-flops and other people are literally whatever. Okay, so cancel culture did not work for James, but also Jeffree Star was integral in trying to cancel James Charles, so obviously it wasn't going to work that well to begin with because Jeffree Star is a hypocrite. If he tries to call out anyone for anything, he's just being hypocritical, so no one can really cancel someone when Jeffree Star is calling for their cancellation. Okay, thank you. Anyways, so yesterday, James Charles posted a video with Charli D'Amelio, who is a TikTok star, and Jeffree Star tweeted this. He said, you look so gorgeous. James killed it per usual. Okay. Let's just talk about this whole situation. Let's talk about what led up to this tweet. Past Dramageddon, in between the time where James was rebuilding his fan base to now. Because there were months in between where James Charles was just kind of being quiet, and so was Jeffree Star. It was weird. It's like Jeffree really wasn't doing anything big like the Dramageddons or anything like that. I mean, he's always been a horrible, horrible person. There's always things to call him out on a daily basis. But they were little things. They were things that everyone was used to, right? And so at that same time, James Charles was kind of just being quiet. He had some little stuff here and there, but it wasn't really the way that he had it before Dramageddon. I think he learned a big lesson and just tried to stay out of drama as much as possible. He had drama with drama channels, but then again, drama channels lost all their credibility in December. So who really cares about that anymore? So yeah, James Charles has just been kind of quiet, and he's been rebuilding his fan base. I just checked to see their subscriber count. First of all, James Charles has more followers on Instagram than Jeffree Star does by 700,000. And Jeffree Star only has 300,000 more subscribers than James Charles does on YouTube. So James Charles is really coming up on his tail, especially with this collab with Charli D'Amelio. I think it's going to be clear that James Charles is going to overtake Jeffree Star yet again, which I think that Jeffree Star is looking at that and is like, whoa, okay, I need to do something about this. I don't think that Jeffree Star is obvious. Okay, I think this is obvious. I think it's obvious that he's not really trying to be supportive of James Charles, and he never was supportive of James Charles to begin with. I think after the Dramageddon thing happened, it was clear, 100% clear, that Jeffree Star has always been jealous of James Charles because James Charles came up so easily. Jeffree Star I don't think that anyone understands how long it took him to really get to where he is. It took him like a decade, and he did all of this outrageous stuff, and he continues to do outrageous stuff just to have the subscribers that he has. And while James Charles has been in a lot of controversy, I think it's a little obvious to me, at least, that James Charles is more of a genuine person. I don't think that he does a lot of things that he does to get reactions, to get subscribers, to get followers. He might do things that are totally jerkish, like it shows that he's a jerk, but he's like truly a jerk. He's not pretending to be a jerk. He's not faking it for views or fame. And I think that was especially, I think that was exposed more, and you could see everyone's true colors during the Dramageddon issue. It really showed like how James Charles goes about this internet fame versus how Jeffree Star does. Because Jeffree Star literally just played with everybody's emotions and feelings. He took everybody on like this emotional roller coaster where it's like, we hate James Charles. Oh, wait, but shouldn't we hate Jeffree Star because he's racist and he's done a lot of these things and he's been exposed? Oh, wait, but he has receipts. We have to wait for the receipts. I think that Jeffree knows now that he needs to befriend James Charles. That now is the time to make amends and make it seem like everything is cool, especially because we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Dramageddon, if it hasn't already even happened yet. And I think that he knows that this is the next step in his pattern of behavior that has gotten him thus far on the internet, on YouTube, and everything like that. I think that he knows that, but it's also clear that everybody else knows that. It's clear that everyone else knows, okay, he needs friends that are going to just boost him and make him look like a better person. Because I think now everyone's opinions have kind of shifted to, oh, James was the victim in the Dramageddon situation. At first everyone hated James, but now everyone feels sorry for him. I don't feel that way, but that's just my personal take on it. I think that everybody was wrong in that situation, and I just think that it was a mess. And anyways, I just think that it was a mess. Honestly, and this is just me being real, I think that the least wrong person in that situation was Tati, because everyone seems to forget why Tati was so mad at James to begin with, and it was because he was being shady. Like, he was being shady to her brand, and that was never okay. Like, she's always, stood up for and supported James, and he never supported her, and I think that in and of itself is wrong. I think that her reaction was way over the top, but do I think that she had some truth in that video? Yes. Yes, I do. But I also think that she was pushed by Jeffree Star to make that video. So, I think that everyone was wrong in that situation. But now that Jeffree knows that people like James again, especially because, again, he hasn't had much drama in the past few months. He's been just trying to lay low and just do his makeup and kind of mind his business, even though, again, he's been fighting with drama channels, but who hasn't been fighting with drama channels? And so now he suddenly wants to make amends and do it publicly. And it's just this weird, what's even weirder? I've seen people say, well, maybe they made amends behind the scenes. If they made amends behind the scenes, I think that James would have replied to Jeffree. James, as far as I know, has not replied to Jeffree at all. So I think it's clear that this is kind of a one-sided, I want to make amends. And then the other person is like, dude, you literally called me a predator on Twitter. No, I'm not going to make amends with you, which I think is totally valid. Like, I wouldn't make amends with someone who accused me of things like that. I mean, honestly, do I think that James had that type of behavior? Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, obviously you're not going to be friends with someone who tried to ruin your life. Like, come on. Literally, James Charles's life was kind of ruined for like a month. And it was all because of Jeffree Star, really. Why would James Charles ever be friends with you, Jeffree? Like, are you dumb? Like, the whole thing was a dumb move. And what even makes it worse is that it's clear that Jeffree isn't only trying to leech off of James's fame, but also trying to leech off of Charli D'Amelio's fame. Because I mean, goodness, like, you're friends with Charlie D'Amelio now. Like, now suddenly you're a Charlie D'Amelio fan. It's clear that he knows that she's the biggest TikTok star. He saw that they were doing a collab and he said, ooh, let me hit two birds with one stone. Let me act like I support both of them when really all I want to do is leech off of their fame. Come on, for like a 30-something-year-old man, that is so pathetic. To just leech off of people who are like half your age and like a decade your junior. Come on, dude, like, you're pathetic. And honestly, if I were James, I would milk this as much as I possibly could. Like, behind the scenes, I would make Jeffree like lick my toes. I really would, because I'm like, dude, what did you do to my life? Like, you ruined my life. Yeah, I'm going to make you miserable. Yeah, I'm going to make you work to be my friend. Yeah, I'm going to make you work for my clout. It's clear that Jeffree Star wants James Charles's clout. So would I be like, I would be like that girl in like the Disney Channel movies that, you know, suddenly she becomes popular, suddenly she has something that the popular girl wants, and so now she's going to do the same thing that the popular girl did to her. I know that that's not a very Christian way to go about things, but like, in my head, like, that is kind of what I would do. Honestly, no, in all reality, if I were James Charles and if something like that happened to me of that magnitude, I would have just straight up blocked Jeffree Star on everything. I would not let him even mention my name. Like, I'd be like, dude, like, I'm gonna send you a cease and desist. Like, don't even, because it was to such a large scale where it affected everything in James Charles's life. And while I don't think that James Charles is much of a victim, at the same time, anyone that goes through that cannot be expected to forgive someone who does something like that. And continuously, I mean, Jeffree Star has continuously kind of poked James Charles, and then it kind of just exploded and everyone realized that Jeffree Star was behind it. And he tried to throw rocks and hide his hands. And that's so dirty. Like, I couldn't ever really let somebody into my life or interact with, or be, you know, buddy with someone on Twitter who did something to me like that. So if I were James Charles, I would just laugh, count my money, and be like, dude, like, you look dumb. Which I think that's what James Charles is doing. So, you know, good for him, I guess. I don't really like James Charles. But at the end of the day, like, who's worse, Jeffree Star or James Charles? I think it's clear. The one who had the Nazi lipstick brand. You know, another reason why Jeffree Star could be doing this, possibly, is because he lost his friendship with Tati. And I think that he's realized that so many people have left him in the beauty industry. I mean, the Dramageddon thing happened, and like, all of those friends that like left him, I mean, either way, no matter if he like won Dramageddon or not, quote unquote, and no matter like if those people lost subscribers, at the end of the day, he's still a lone wolf on YouTube. I mean, he has Shane Dawson, but Shane Dawson, I mean, people like him, but he's still in a lot of controversy for a lot of things that he's done in the past, for a lot of things that he continues to do. I have issues with Shane Dawson for a plethora of reasons that I think I have gotten into on this channel, but I might do a deep dive on it later. But he's lost Tati Westbrook. And how do we know this? Because Tati ended up making amends with Jackie Aina. Yes, I watched this video. I'm subscribed to Jackie, and I saw, oh, she reviewed a brand that she never thought she'd review. I didn't recognize that she had Tati like in the thumbnail for the video. Tati's face was kind of blurred out, so you couldn't really see, and I didn't really like notice the thumbnail. And then I was like, oh, she's reviewing Tati Beauty. Oh, they're cool again. And she went in and she explained that, like, you know, Tati had apologized to Jackie. Tati even reached out to Jackie, apologized to her, and then sent her her products. What does that communicate to me that she's done with Jeffree Star? I mean, she reached out to Jeffree Star's like arch nemesis on YouTube, like one of his most, I mean, that is one of his enemies on YouTube. And she went straight to Jackie Aina. So what does that communicate to me? That he lost Tati Westbrook. And so since he lost Tati Westbrook, he's lost the only person that like really was with him and he could really manipulate and use, because I think that he did manipulate and use her. And I think that Tati saw that too. I think that she heard what people were saying about her and she internalized that and realized that she was being used in that situation. Whether she's going to admit it or not, I hope that she does make a video about that, because that would be so explosive and it would really expose Jeffree Star for who he is and really show the whole beauty community who the real bad guy in the beauty community is, if they haven't already figured that out. The black people have tried to say it like a billion times, but nobody listens to us. But anyways, it's just so funny that we're now seeing the lines being drawn so differently, and Jeffree Star is now kind of alone in the beauty community as far as like the big beauty influencers, or maybe I'm missing something, but I just think that it was a smart move on Tati's part to reach out to Jackie specifically. And I think that it was even a smarter and better move for Jackie to review her brand and make a video about it to communicate to Jeffree Star, look, you thought that you were going to win this battle. You won the battles, but you're not going to win the war. Because at the end of the day, wrong is wrong and you're going to get put out. If it takes forever, it takes forever. But you're going to get put out at some point. And so now he's going to try to go to Jeffree Star. I mean, not to Jeffree Star, to James Charles. I think that it's clear that Jeffree Star has lost people to leech off of. You know, he was leeching off of Tati and he was leeching off of being friends with someone who was like such an honest person who wasn't really in controversy, but then she got into controversy. So now people don't really trust her anymore. And, you know, he's friends with Shane Dawson, but the whole Shane Dawson launch didn't go as well as they had planned it to. And a lot of people were kind of seeing through the Shane Dawson. It was just a lot. People didn't have the same reaction that I think that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson thought that they would have. And, you know, he lost Tati. So now he's looking like, well, who do I have to go to? Well, might as well leech off of James Charles and do what I do best. Try to pretend like I'm the good guy. When in all reality, Jeffree Star is just trying to use the next person. Watch, there's going to be another beauty guru to come up and hit it big. And the next thing you know, Jeffree Star is going to try to be buddy-buddy with that person. The next thing you know, Jeffree Star is going to try to have Charli D'Amelio on his channel. Like, he is just going to do whatever he has to do to remain relevant and remain like the good guy in people's eyes, or to remain, you know, their top beauty guru. When at the end of the day, Jeffree, your time is running short. Honestly, like, his time is running out. I think that Jeffree Star is going to have another big scandal. And when that happens, I think that so many people are just going to be done with him, because he's never going to change. He's always going to be a bad person. Period. At some point, I think that we have to stop acting as if people are going to change and just accept the fact that they're not good people. I fail to believe that Jeffree Star will ever change and ever be a good person. And so at this point, I'm like, fine, cancel him. That's my requirement for cancellation. If I think that you are just a bad person in general, because I do believe that there are bad people out there, I think that Jeffree Star is one of them. At that point, just cancel him. So he's going to do something else. It's going to be bad. I mean, he already got exposed for his Nazi lipstick brand, but I guess that wasn't enough for people, you know, whatever. But he knows that his days are running out and he needs someone to latch on to. And who can he latch on to? Well, James Charles, or at least he can try, but I think he's going to fail. Anyways, that is it from me. Please enjoy this obligatory Tom Holland picture as I close out. But yeah, I know that this was a lot just for a simple tweet. Like, that's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, especially with everything that's going on right now. But I don't take well to manipulation, and when I see it, I have to say something about it, or else I'm going to lose my mind. So I think that Jeffree Star is trying to manipulate you, trying to manipulate me, and I will not have it. So that's why I made this video, and that's why I kind of dove deeply into, I think, what Jeffree Star's intentions are, because I think that it's important to understand someone's intentions when deciding whether to like forgive that person or to uncancel that person or to support that person. You know, I think it's really important to consider their intentions, and I think that he does not have good intentions. So yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of this entire situation. Do you think that Jeffree Star is like genuinely just trying to be supportive of James Charles, or do you think that he is being manipulative? Child, anyways. And please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a great day. Please stay safe, please stay healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.